Hello Internet, Punisher Knight here, and very excited to start a new series that I'm calling Marvel Universe, Then and Now, where I will talk about the history and current events of various characters, teams, and series. Well, enough talking about it, let's jump into the first video's topic, which is Winter Soldier. The intro page of the new series does a nice, neat little sum up, and here it is. Captain America's sidekick, James Bucky Barnes, died in action in the closing days of WW2, only to be resurrected by Department X, the Soviet Union's secret science division, and brainwashed to be the perfect Cold War assassin, the Winter Soldier. Which is a good start, but there's a little more to the story. Here goes my telling of it. To truly understand the Winter Soldier, first we must understand Bucky. James Barnes lost his father at a young age during the Second Great War. As sad as that might be, it led to the events that caused him to become the mascot of sorts for a military establishment called Camp Lehigh. Being here and proving his skills opened a lot of doors for the 16-year-old, such as specialized combat training with both British and American agencies, and later was made Captain America's partner, which created a pretty unique team. Cap was the powerhouse, while Bucky dealt with stealth and some morally gray tasks that typical military methods would not allow. During this time, fighting off Nazis and various other baddies, Bucky became very decorated and was able to join a select group of heroes like Cap's Invaders and the teenage group called Kid Commandos, which I find a little funny seeing as most teenagers nowadays want to be called adults while these teenagers allowed themselves to be called kids. Anyways, towards the end of the war, tragedy strikes. While trying to take down Hydra villain Baron Zemo, Cap and Bucky attempted to disarm a bomb on the plane when it exploded, sending the two heroes plummeting from the aircraft. Captain America's body fell into the waters and was frozen, not to be found for a few decades, while Bucky's body was thought to be completely blown up from the explosion, or at least that's what the Allied heroes thought. It took a while for Captain America to be found, and when he was found and revived, of course his thoughts went straight to, where's Bucky? Everyone assumed the reason Cap survived was the super soldier serum, and that Bucky, as we knew him, was completely gone. He showed up for a while only in flashbacks and memories of Cap and other soldiers. Then suddenly, during the modern age of comics, some hushed whispers of a shadow assassin began to circulate on the surface. A myth of a merciless Soviet warrior of grand skill and a metal arm labeled with a red star, who leaves no witnesses. Having been revived by Soviets, dismembered limbs were replaced by mechanical parts, and he was suffering from complete memory loss, which made it easy for them to brainwash him to follow Soviet orders. Thus, the Winter Soldier was born and had been completing operations and assassinating targets for decades completely unchecked. The memory loss and brainwashing were so severe that coming face to face with his former partner eventually didn't spark anything in him. Sent on a mission for the Cosmic Cube, the Winter Soldier came across Captain America and Falcon, and an epic battle ensued, resulting in Cap obtaining the all-powerful Cosmic Cube. With its power, Cap restored Bucky's memory by holding it out and simply wishing for it. This rush of emotion and memories caused the assassin to freak out and destroy the cube. Both vanished instantly, but Bucky was not killed, but instead teleported to where he first met the super soldier and was later found by Sergeant Nick Fury. From here to now, a lot happened, such as Cap dying, Bucky stealing his shield from S.H.I.E.L.D., ironically, and attempting to take Tony Stark's life, a few romances, including most notably Black Widow, the reveal of his shut-off word, Sputnik, an attempt of a second brainwashing, becoming the new Captain America himself, having any efforts of previous brainwashing removed from him, stopping the Red Skull a few times, Then he became a new Avenger. Steve Rogers, the former Captain America, was brought back to life. Then Bucky later was put on trial for the sins that he did while brainwashed as Winter Soldier. Eventually, Bucky returned the shield to Rogers, allowing him to reclaim his title as Captain America. Then is thought to be killed by Sin during Fear itself, which was an awesome event, but barely survives. And since thought to be dead, he can now continue to be Winter Soldier, but for the heroes this time, and without being brainwashed to do things he didn't want to. That catches you up on who Winter Soldier is. Now let's start with this latest series. The current running series is in 2014 is Winter Soldier: The Bitter March. It's a 5-part arc, and so far we're 3 issues in. The reader is thrown back to 1996 in the first issue, in the middle of the Cold War. Captain America is still an ice cube, and the Winter Soldier pretty much gets to run completely unchecked as the Soviet assassin. S.H.I.E.L.D. is looking for an ex-Nazi Hydra scientist couple named Peter and Mila Hitzig, but they are not the only ones. The alchemy formula they created is drawing a lot of attention. The details of the Hitzig's brainchild is not divulged completely, but involves the means to create an unlimited resource of gold and vibranium, along with other weapons and things of that means, which goes without saying it can be dangerous in any powerful hands. Nick Fury and his number 2, Rand Shin, are sent to Castle Hydra to extract the 2 scientists, and both take different approaches. Fury takes the completely stealthy path and enters through the sewers, and Shin tries to take the smooth way of blending into the party Hydra is throwing to announce the alchemy formula. Long story short, Shin goes for the illustrious honeypot, but little does he know his prey is actually hunting him, and of course, it is not long before he is in need of saving. Now that S.H.I.E.L.D.'s number 2 is not being devoured by the Hydra agent Madam Worm, the duo is free to find the Hitzigs. Escape is going smooth, till out of nowhere both Fury and Shin are knocked down with a single blow, and the scientists are grabbed by the wrists and taken over the ledge by a shadowy blur. The blur, of course, is the Winter Soldier, who is gliding off with the now 2 hostages. Shin distracts the enemy, and Fury smashes into him. Both the Winter Soldier and Fury crash to the side of a cliff, and Shin catches the Hitzigs right before they hit the ground. Shin and the scientists trek through the snow trying to find a way to extract. Fury and the Winter Soldier's locations are unknown, or at least at first. Then the Winter Soldier catches up to them, and then is barely unable to capture them. Shin gets them on the train, and things are finally looking up. But it turned out that Peter Hitzig was not as excited about coming to S.H.I.E.L.D. as his wife was, and he had informed Hydra of their location. Hydra brings in some big guns, including someone named Shocky Dan, chosen to exploit Winter Soldier's main weakness, electricity. Shin is now trying to seduce information about the alchemy formula out of Maria Hitzig when whom else but the Winter Soldier bursts in the window of their cabin. Now it's a Soviet versus S.H.I.E.L.D. battle when Hydra decides it's their turn. Shocky immobilizes the Winter Soldier. Shin takes on Dan till he melts his face with some acid spray that is hidden in his watch. Then enters the Winter Soldier, who point blank shoots Shin 4 or so times in the chest. But from the electricity he has some flashbacks of his days with Cap, and he chooses not to finish off the fallen S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. The other Hydra agents capture the scientist, then kills Peter since he is not the brains of the operation and has an oversized ego. And they start their escape with Mila when who else but the Winter Soldier bursts in again and starts butchering the Hydra agents. While duking it out with the leader of this Hydra team, Mila is able to knock the unexpected Winter Soldier and Hydra leader off the side of the train, and a barely living Shin is able to come in and take out their stragglers. Mila informs Shin of a bomb Hydra planted on the train to take him and the assumed Winter Soldier out. Issue 3 ends with the train starting to explode and no indication of if they escaped or not. To be continued in 2 issues. Well, hope you enjoyed learning about the Winter Soldier, and make sure to subscribe to see this arc finished and other topics tackled. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see discussed in future videos, post in the comment section. See you later.